We are often reminded of the importance of being kind to others, of putting their needs before our own. But we rarely hear warnings about the dangers of excessive compassion and generosity. The world is full of individuals whose altruism, however noble, can get away. They pour, and financially that emotionally. In reality, where reciprocity is not always guaranteed, our kindness can sometimes leave us vulnerable. Consider this. In a landscape where many are aware of how their giving undermines them, there is a delicate balance between compassion and self-preservation. Today we plunge into a difficult reality where we exaggerate for the sake of politeness. I'll outline 8 potential pitfalls that await the over-accommodating, and give you 4 strategic ways to protect yourself from being taken advantage of. My goal is to provide you with practical knowledge that will help you more effectively navigate the difficult stages of human relationships. I believe common knowledge is a valuable resource for understanding the nuances of generosity and its potential consequences. Let's explore these insights together and try to find a balance that respects both our altruistic impulses and our own needs. Let's take a quick look at the 8 biggest challenges facing those who are too nice. 1. You have unrealistic expectations of other people. The Stoics suggested that we not base our happiness on the actions of others, but instead learn accepting things as they are, without expecting too much, protects you from disappointment, and teaches you to practice emotional detachment, both of which promote a calmer state of mind. When we give, it is difficult for us to give completely unselfishly. Whether we realize it or not, when we give everything we have, we expect everyone else to contribute equally. You are so used to having everything done for them that you consider that you can take care of everything, especially yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, why take care of other people? In fact, your expectations of reciprocity are not met, and because of this you find yourself in a bad mood, feeling tired, angry, and depressed. However, if we look at the situation objectively, we will see that other people do not leave you. Rather, they are simply doing what you should be doing, which is to carry your responsibilities too. People want you to offer them something, and that's what they expect from you. It is important to remember, according to the Stoics, that true value comes not only from following other people's wishes, but rather from behaving morally decently and sensibly. You can avoid developing habits that are harmful to your mental health if you practice moderation and give in balance. This will help you monitor your activities. You've probably heard the phrase, "people are habits," at some point in your life, and it couldn't be more accurate. Humans are adapted to adapt to the symphony of routines, lifestyles, and activities in their immediate environment. This need for the new began with the concept of the comfort zone. This means that the people you help start expecting something from you on a regular basis. If you are consistently nice to them, you push them into their comfort zones. And since you are there to fulfill many of their responsibilities, they don't have to fulfill many of them themselves. 3. Your goals don't count. If we want to maintain a healthy balance and not sacrifice our individuality or well-being for the sake of other people, the Stoics said we must live a life of reason and virtue, set limits for ourselves, and put our responsibilities first. When you put the needs of others before your own, you may find that you are running away from something about yourself that both hurts and scares you. How do you feel when you have to spend the weekend alone, or when you come home from work every day, knowing that there is no one there to stand up to you? When you do so many different things because you want to eliminate yourself, the blow is twice as strong, because on the other hand, you have to face yourself sooner or later. And on the other hand, your bad mood gets worse when you start putting the needs of others before your own. When you do so many different things because you want to eliminate yourself, the blow is twice as strong, because on the other hand, you have to face yourself sooner or later. 4. Before you can help others feel better, you must first make sure that you are satisfied, pampered, and properly cared for. In other words, you should never offer chocolate to someone until you've really enjoyed eating it yourself. Also, Don't offer to clean your friend's house until you finish cleaning yourself and relax with a nice movie and a glass of wine. Everyone else in the world is chasing you. Other people see you as weak and treat you as such. As a result, Stoicism encourages us to create our own inner strength and take responsibility for our own destiny. It is possible to show others that we are committed to our commitments and ideas by practicing self-discipline and setting boundaries. This allows us to gain their respect instead of being seen as weak. You risk being seen as an authority in the field where you work with other people. If you help other people too much over time, maybe I will get a different impression. People begin to see you as weak when you don't set boundaries for yourself, just as they do when you challenge your bosses to such an extent that people will come to you to avoid their responsibilities, because they are sure that you will not refuse their request. On the other hand, as soon as you say that magic phrase, people start to feel something for you that they never thought they would, and that is respect. You can expect a large number of pugs, also known as those who only come to you when they have a problem. 5. People who used to consider you a good friend now want to be with you only when they need something special from you. If you think about it, it's not so strange that something like this could happen to you, considering that most people don't even ask colleagues or coworkers for a cup of coffee, let alone drink with them. Weekend, even if what's happening to you makes perfect sense, that doesn't mean it's right or fair. To prevent others from taking advantage of you, you need to familiarize yourself with the strategies I'll cover at the end of this section 6. You only get people who want something, but you never get people who want to offer something. By exercising judgment and patience, we can create genuine and mutually beneficial connections. People are drawn into our lives because the energy they give off matches ours. For example, if we vibrate at a low frequency, we are more likely to attract people who are unhappy, sad, dark-spirited, and want to harm us. On the other hand, when our vibrations are high, we attract people who are full of positive energy, kindness, enthusiasm, hard work, and joy. This happens when our vibration is high. As a result, when we give to everyone, we expend a significant amount of energy, causing our vibration to slow down to a low level. This makes the poor gravitate towards us, as well as the opportunists who don't really want to help. They just want to grab what they can from us, and then leave without saying thank you. 7. You risk becoming addicted to a certain activity. Stoicism encouraged its followers to maintain calm and a sense of personal mastery. Giving with self-discipline prevents us from falling into the trap of unhealthy habits and allows us to maintain a healthy connection with our actions and decisions. When deprivation is a constant feature of our lives, the need for something increases, which is one of the most effective ways to develop an addiction. Someone close to you may someday notice that you are drinking an unhealthy amount of fluids, not just tap water. They can also see you eating too much food and even gambling too much money. Listen carefully to what the person you care about is saying, even if your first reaction is to get mad at them and pretend you don't have a problem, because that shows you don't care enough about who they are. They said, but that's what people often do when they're so busy with their own business that they don't see that they have a problem. Always remember that the people who care about you want the best for you. So listen carefully to what they have to say when they try to help you stop falling and get on with your life. 8. People think differently about you. Stoicism encourages us to be kind to others, regardless of what we think others think of us. When we prioritize our lives according to our values and ideals, we create a positive image that can resist baseless accusations. As much as we want things to be different, the fact is, there aren't that many nice people in the world. If this describes you, others will look at you with suspicion instead of admiration and gratitude. If you're one of them, it won't be long before others start wondering what's going on with you and what secret intentions you have that you don't share with anyone else. Because of your generosity, it is possible that you have met many dishonest people, but it is more likely that they are simply being honest with you. Most people who want to help too much probably have such bad motives that it is better to avoid them and refuse the help offered. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what you can do to prevent others from taking advantage of you. First tip: pay attention to how you feel, because that feeling is trying to communicate information to you. Pay attention to your emotions to practice the Stoic philosophy of self-awareness. The Stoics believe that in order to fully understand one's feelings and desires, it is necessary to reflect on oneself. By paying attention to your emotions, you can recognize when you are mentally pushing yourself beyond your limits and offering too much. This allows you to shift your focus and create a healthy balance in your life. How do you feel when you can help other people? When you do something as selfless as thinking of yourself and putting yourself first, you should feel like you're floating on clouds because it's so amazing. So if you're feeling overworked, exhausted, irritated, or drained, it's important to pay attention to your feelings. You shouldn't lie to yourself about something that makes you feel so bad. If this is something you don't need to do, you should instead look at how the care you provide affects your health. Another strategy is to get rid of the phobia of the word no. If you follow the teachings of the Stoics, you should know that your time and energy are precious resources that must be used in a way that achieves a healthy balance. Showing self-control is the ability to say no if you don't think you have time to do something or if a request seems unreasonable. It is often difficult for us to say no, even though the word does not make us think of negative things and sadness. But if we don't learn to say this word, if someone asks us for more than we can give, pessimism will take over our life, and we won't be able to enjoy life. Do your exercises in front of a mirror and make sure that this is the only way to regain independence and stay away from dangers that may not be necessary. Strategy 3. Realize that you have space and time for yourself and act accordingly. It's important to give yourself time and space for self-care, as this is one of the central Stoic ideals, along with self-discipline and self-respect. You can do something you like jogging, painting, listening to music while drinking tea, or anything else that gives you energy. Complete your duties as soon as possible so you can give it a try. This should be considered so much that an appointment should be made daily or weekly. Therefore, if someone asks for your help at this time, he should be very polite and helpful to you, not the person asking for help. That's why you say no to them without regret and enjoy your time and space to yourself. You can offer to help at different times, but make sure you make it clear that you can only help for a limited time because you have other things to attend to. This is an alternative to being too direct, identifying the people who drain your energy, and then removing yourself from their presence. Strategy 4. Following the Stoic ideas of self-discipline and knowledge. It is important to be aware of the connections that benefit you and those that can weaken you psychologically. You take care of your health and show Stoic restraint in relationships. You avoid spending time with people who constantly drain your energy and do not bring anything useful to the conversation. You should know that if you try to help someone who steals energy, your efforts will be in vain. These people amaze you with their friction, pain, and pessimistic outlook on life. It is not worth trying to help them, because if their problem were solved, they would be forced to stop complaining. They would not tolerate such things at all. Ultimately, Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of finding balance in all areas of life, and generosity is no exception. It suggests a middle path where we neither hold back our kindness nor exhaust ourselves by giving too much. Giving too little can make us self-centered, taking too many risks that consume our precious resources, energy, time, and even financial stability. Therefore, accepting the gray areas allows for a harmonious balance between the needs of others and respect for our own well-being. As you complete this journey, remember the power of the word no. It's a reminder to set boundaries and secure your own resources, which ensures sustainable generosity. I believe the insights shared today will empower you to navigate relationship dynamics with wisdom and resilience. Your engagement is vital to the growth of our community. If this video interested you, inspired new thoughts, or deepened your understanding, please consider liking and sharing it. By doing so, you help spread the transformative teachings of Stoic wisdom to a wider audience. For those who want to integrate Stoicism into their daily life, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We offer weekly challenges designed to develop Stoic virtues and practices that will set you on a path of personal growth and fulfillment. Thank you for being part of our journey to a more conscious and balanced existence. Let's embrace Stoic principles together to foster meaningful connections and live purposeful and resilient lives.